Hello YouTube, Ultramaximus back. Well, it's Sunday and BotCon has wrapped up. Unfortunately, I was unable to go because for the second year in a row it was in California. But hopefully I'll be able to do a review for some of the reveals that were out there. Many thanks to all the fans who posted tons of pictures on the internet. Looks like everybody had a great time, and there was some really cool stuff going on out there. Definitely post some videos. I'd love to see some actual footage of the convention, and hopefully I'll be able to get to go next year. So today I wanted to go over another masterpiece figure, and it's another Lamborghini Countach, and it's Tigertrack, or in the US, as he's known, Sunstreaker, right? Yeah, Sunstreaker. I was going to say Sideswipe. But yeah, so here's the package. Very, very different than the G2 Sideswipe and the G1 Sideswipe. It is kind of got this glossy, silvery cover, which is kind of interesting. A lot of people thought it was a knockoff at first or something, but it's just something a little different. To differentiate it, I guess, we got the Takara Tomy symbol. There, of course, we have Tigertrack, which is basically just a yellow repaint of the G1 Sideswipe, which is another reason that I like the G2 Sideswipe, because he's got a different head sculpt. We got the Lamborghini logo up there, the Transformers Masterpiece. Down at the bottom, we've got the Countach with the G1 logo, looking really cool. And we got some really neat Japanese at the bottom. Of course, Tigertrack, he is MP12T, Cybertron Sentry. Very cool stuff. Here's the top of the package. Again, unlike the G2 Sideswipe, we got the Transformers Masterpiece, but it's got the G1 logo, which is really, really cool. Let's see. Bottom of the package, a bunch of Japanese that I do not know, and of course we've got the hologram for the Lamborghini. Again, really cool. Officially licensed. We've got nice artwork on the side, and then on this side we've got the vehicle mode, just like we had with Lambor. Here is the back of the package. We just have a silhouette of him there in silver, which is kind of interesting, and then Transformers Masterpiece, Cybertron Sentry, his bio in Japanese, which I cannot read. If you can read Japanese and want to read that, pause and go for it. Then we have what he comes with down at the bottom, looking really, really cool. So yeah, there he is. Let's get him out of the package and see how he looks. Alright, so here is what he comes with out of package. Again, just like G2 Sideswipe, he's in a little blister pack. He's got all these accessories there. Of course, he is in his yellow Lamborghini mode, looking really cool. And then he comes with his instructions and his little collector gift card that's got the bio and the tech specs on the back. So definitely cool stuff. Let's get him out of the package and see what his his vehicle mode looks like. Alright, so before we look at the actual vehicle mode, just kind of what came in the instruction sheet. This is kind of different. Mine came with 2 sets of instructions. They're exactly the same, just like they mispackaged and put 2 sets in there. I don't know. Did anybody else have that? It's kind of interesting. It does show where you can put the weapons in vehicle mode. It's got his gun, his side cannon, and then they call them screwdrivers, his little kind of pylons that he can use to dig and chop through rock and all that kind of cool stuff. And then it's got his notably smaller sticker sheet than G2 Sideswipe. And then he's got his cool little collector card. And then on the back side, there's a picture of him in his robot mode with his Japanese bio and his tech specs. So kind of interesting that it came with 2. Did anybody else have that? I'm very curious if mine was just an anomaly, which I would presume it would be. But never know, it just could be how they packaged it. Alright, so here we have Tigertrack out of package, and really cool looking. Real fast, let's look at the accessory pieces that he comes with. He's got his gun, which is a silver paint. I think this is the same gun that you get with the G1 Sideswipe. This I know we get with G1 Sideswipe. It's the shoulder mount cannon. That's basically the same thing. You also get the what they call screwdrivers, but you know, he used them to chisel rock and stuff. He and Sideswipe in the G1 cartoon. The thing that disappoints me is they are hollow on one side. I don't know if that's because of the way it was molded, or they were just trying to do it as cheap as possible. I just wish on a figure called Masterpiece and that cost, that should have been, that's just a little cheap. That should have been filled in. But that's me. Okay, so here is the Lamborghini itself, and wow, it does look nice. I always thought that high-end sports cars and motorcycles look fantastic in this kind of super canary yellow. You know, Harleys look good in it, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Corvettes, Vipers, all those cars look good in this color. It just, I don't know, something about it pops and it screams fast, it screams luxurious, it screams high-end sports car to me. And very cool stuff. Now, there are a couple paint issues I have with this particular car. And it's just this particular mold. One, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little bit of a paint blemish up here at the top. And then this door, the yellow, isn't all the way there. It's just a little too thin, and there's a little splash up on the window. Other than that, I mean, it looks pretty damn good. I like how this has the smoky windshield, so you don't see as much as the robot kibble on the inside, which is really nice. We do have the Lamborghini logo there on the hood, and we've got the headlights. Let's see if I can get it focused here. Yeah. We've got the headlights painted in, which is nice, and it's got the clear plastic over it. Got the little fog lamps. It's got the license plate holder there. Of course, it's got the windshield, the mono windshield wiper that they have. It looks like this was a black painted car with yellow, or a black molded plastic car with yellow paint over it. Because all these pieces I do not think are painted black. They look, well, there are some bits that are painted black, but overall it looks like it was pretty much a black car. They painted yellow for most of the bits. So yeah, here's the back end. Now I do like this a lot better than I do the Sideswipe, and the fact that this is all black, so it's harder to make it out as robot kibble, and then we don't have a bunch of black pieces like we had the red pieces up there on the other one. I love the taillights. I gotta say, give it to Takara for the taillights. They most always paint the taillights on there. Of course, we have the Lamborghini Countach logo on the back there, and these tailpipes. Everything about this car just looks damn cool, damn sexy. Let's compare it to the G2 Sideswipe. So there they are together, looking really damn cool. This is undoubtedly the way they are going to sit on my shelf. I really, really like the way these two cars look together. The black and the yellow just look really, really nice. I think they pop well together, which is one of the reasons I wanted to get these two particular. They just look really, really nice, and there are some mold differences and accessory differences on the cars, which is really, really nice. So, just kind of comparison on the back there. But yeah, all in all, I do like them. I think they look really good as a pair. If you're a Masterpiece collector, you're definitely going to want these. If you like Lamborghinis, you definitely want these. So yeah, very cool stuff. Let's get this guy into his robot mode and see what we think about that. Alright, so here we have Tigertrack or Sunstreaker in his robot mode, and as you can tell, he is nothing more than a yellow repaint of Sideswipe. Of course, Sideswipe was red originally, and of course there's the G2 Sideswipe, which I recently reviewed, which is a black repaint. So this one is yellow. They also did this figure for Red Alert. It's in red and white and black, and they're all the same figure, essentially. I mean, even the head sculpt. And that's the one disappointment on this figure for me, is that it does not have the Sunstreaker head on it, which Sunstreaker has the kind of flat yellow ear panels on the side, but I suppose that's okay because it is different enough from my G2 figure that it looks like a completely different robot. Now, the articulation is exactly the same. His head moves back and forth. He's got his shoulder, elbows, He can spin at the waist. He's got his hip joints, his knees do bend, and of course his feet and his hands are articulated, just like the other figure. The shoulder mount cannon does move up and down, which is kind of cool. You can mount it on either side, and of course he can hold the blaster in either hand. Now, the chisel pieces, you fold up the fist, and then you just kind of connect that onto the arm to get those pieces to go on there, which is pretty darn cool. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's pretty much exactly the same figure. Some people harped and complained about that. My only drawback is that they didn't put a different head sculpt on the figure. Other than that, I really don't care. That being said, having the G2 Sideswipe with a different face sculpt, that helps me out a lot. Now, some nice things on the legs. I do like the blue paint apps on the silver feet, and I really like this kind of metallic, sparkly, burnt orange thing going on there on the legs. I think that looks really cool. I would have liked to have seen that maybe up on the arms as well. I don't know if you really could have done that very well, but yeah. All in all, very cool stuff. He does have some nice silver paint apps on his shoulders to kind of help break all that yellow up, which is really cool stuff. But overall, definitely dig him. Let's compare him to Sideswipe and see what we think. Alright, so here we have the two figures together, and I actually had this guy's arms mistransformed. I didn't spin them around properly to get the elbow joints, but that's okay. And there he is with his screwdriver or chisel mounted on his arm. As you can tell, these guys look like completely different robots. They're obviously the same chest and legs and everything, but the accessory pieces and the head sculpts, the face sculpts just look completely different from one another, which is really, really cool. That and the red and the black kind of offset and kind of give them a totally different look. So yeah, definitely digging him. Very cool stuff. I'm glad I got both of them together. I think they really complement each other. The Tigertrack looks a lot more sophisticated than the G2 Sideswipe. He looks very savage and aggressive, which is kind of fun. So let's compare this guy to another Masterpiece figure and see how he stacks up to them. Alright, so here we have Sideswipe and Sunstreaker or Lamborghini and Tigertrack with Masterpiece Optimus Prime, MP01. And as you can see, he is much, much bigger. Again, I don't know, because I don't have the MP10, I don't know what the size scale, supposedly the size scale is set better on MP10 versus the rest of the new Masterpiece figures. I personally, I really like the MP01 figure. I don't know, I have a hard time pulling the trigger on the MP10 because I've got this one. But yeah, I mean, they come up to just under his waist on this. They really kind of look like mini-bots in comparison. So, if you've got an MP10, do they come a little higher up on the bot? I mean, is MP10 that much smaller than MP01? I'm really kind of curious. Leave a message down below for sure. So, yeah, there they are all together. Now, let's take a look at Tigertrack one more time with, well, some different accessories. Alright, so here we have the Savage Tigertrack. I just kind of wanted to see what he would look like if he had the accessory pieces for G2 Sideswipe. And he looks pretty cool. I do like him. The sword and the spiky tires look pretty cool. He's got the bigger gun here. And yeah, just kind of fun. I figured the savagery of the G2 weaponry and accessories might look good on somebody with the name Tigertrack. So there he is, Masterpiece Tigertrack from Takara. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you didn't, thumbs it down. Be sure to share my vids, subscribe, and as always, look for more videos in the future.